Overmaster is Alessi with Shenra Zoltan, Alessi with Shenra Speaks. All right, so we've got noverb and Overmaster up on screen. Give me 1 second to try to get the hand cam in there. But we're spectating from Overmaster's side here.
Yeah, so noverb, I'm looking at noverb side. Looks like they went to the market for Zalchi, and
always a good market grab.
Yes, this is a very powerful card. Has 2 Display of Instincts and a Permafrost, but that doesn't look too great against Theo's hand of... Sorry, the Overmaster's hand. We call him Theo, just like that started happening like a year ago, and it never stopped. Has a Sight and Xulta Arcanum. Now that gets attacked down by Zalchi.
Mm-hmm.
But
looks like Noverb is up 1-0 right now.
Yeah, Noverb is going to need a undepleted time source in order to play this Zalchi.
It looks like they have 2 Display of Instincts, the Zalchi, the Garden Wounds, and a Permafrost. What do you think of Permafrost in the meta right now? I've seen a lot of people on Discord are pretty down on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's Meltdown, right? There's a lot of Garden running around in the unitless control decks. First of all, unitless control decks don't really care too much about Permafrost. Second of all, there's a lot of Garden running around, so that threatens to remove Permafrost by itself. I mean, Permafrost answers any non-endurance unit. It prevents it from attacking and blocking for 1 cost, and that's something that not very many cards can do. Mm-hmm. So, like, it has serious value. But, yeah, right now might not be the best time for it. Yeah. So, the Overmaster is going to be able to go to their turn with the Xulta Arcanum up. It's going to be really exciting to see what the choice is here. Could go for Harmony of Flame.
Yep, so you got Harmony of Flame to get extra power. And then you've got the Vital Arcana to draw 2 cards and gain 2 health.
Yeah, I think you just want to draw those 2 cards. Oh, no? Okay.
I'm gonna go for the power
maybe...
here.
Yeah, maybe they have a play involving this Pearl Abbey Smuggler and something from the market.
Let's see what they grab from the market here. Oh, they're going to grab the Moment of Creation, and that's going to give them they're going to go ahead and fire off the Zhou, though. They're going to grab the Moment of Creation from the market and then play out their Zhou from hand.
Yeah, I mean, that works pretty well together. Zhou makes a bunch of spells, and then once you play those spells, the Moment of Creation makes some very large units. Oh, so this is the card that Noverb was building around. Prodigious Sorcery, just drawn by Noverb. This is draw 2 spells that deal damage from your void, decimate, they get double damage. So I think that's the idea behind this deck. Playing a lot of cards like Torch and Ice Bolt, I suppose, and also Snowball, and then being able to redraw them later in the game with Prodigious Sorcery and maybe go to the face, maybe use them to take out bigger threats.
Yeah. Ice Bolt, not the best benefit of that effect. Usually you don't need it, but
usually.
Do they have Channel the Tempest in hand or in the deck? Because that could be a nice thing to get double damage as well.
I don't see a Channel the Tempest in the list.
And Noverb is going to fire off the Permafrost there on the Smuggler.
Yeah, stuck at 6 power, can't get that Zalchi down. Mm-hmm. And the Overmaster is just kind of getting ahead with the more powerful sight in
going to draw a pair of Heart of the Vaults off of that draw spell.
That's pretty good against Genev, I would say.
That's the Heart of the Vault bug, right? There's always the second one right behind it.
All right, here's another attack on the site. I don't think Noverb is inclined to. Oh, okay. Double Display of Instinct. Wait, just single Display of Instinct at 26?
Well, if anything, I think they're going to want to redraw that with Prodigious Sorcery and give the Display of Instinct double damage.
I suppose, but wouldn't you just want to Display of Instinct the site at this point?
Unless they're unless they can count it and think that they can burn face.
Maybe Noverb thinks that's the
That's the
only
game
path to
plan,
victory
yeah.
here.
Maybe you're not trying to fight on the board, and you just say if you can burn face faster than they can kill you, then that's one way to go.
A one cost the Great Parliament for the Overmaster, making 3 owls.
I'm going to use this display of instinct to negate the enemy spell, though. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually really cool interaction. Prodigious sorcery drawing back to display of instinct when it has so much versatility. Like it can uh, deal damage, but it can also counter or negate enemy spells.
Yeah, the fact
So
that you can use
that's
it to
pretty good
negate
use.
and then redraw it for damage later, that's a pretty good effect. Those modal spells are really powerful.
All right, so Noverb just drew a Sandstorm Titan. The Sandstorm Titan doesn't block terribly well here. I mean, it blocks most of the units, but not the Heart of the Vault.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's not like Noverb actually has a good answer for that Heart of the Vault yet. This Zal Chi is just cheering on from the sidelines. I mean,
Yeah, still stuck on 6 power with this Alchi, and notably only 1 time influence. So even a 7th power that is not time doesn't really help Noverb either.
yeah, it has to be specifically Time Sigil. Here's Bren. And an immediate attack from the Overmaster. What is in the Overmaster's hand? A stand together and a torch. Pristine Light, maybe not the most insane
Stand together,
of the bunch, but
torch, heart of the vault, moment of creation. Got plenty of gas for the Overmaster in hand.
yeah. Do you think you just fire off the stand together? Also, every card that the Overmaster plays is going to generate power, so this turn could get a little wacky.
Here's the moment of creation.
This moment of creation? Yeah, it only costs 4 because of the Bren.
I'm going to go ahead and use Display of Instinct to negate that.
I think the Overmaster's fine with that, though. Noverb doesn't have any sweepers, and any Display of Instinct is not actively going toward the Overmaster's life total.
I'm gonna find that out.
And there's the
Yeah,
concession.
and that's gonna hit Noverb down to 5 power anyway. So even if they could draw power there. All right, so that's gonna be Overmaster took that one, so that's gonna put us at 1-1. So we should be able to see a nice game 3 here between these two players.
Yeah, did you happen to catch that last game between Certified Bronze and
let's see,
Illegalism?
Looks like Certified Bronze took that 2-1.
Okay, and Certified Bronze is playing just an Elysian aggro deck. People are talking about Elysian maybe having some serious legs now. There's Borderlands Lookout, which is the 1-drop that gets +1/+1 for each type of influence the enemy has. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the time it's going to be a 2/3 or even a 3/4.
I've heard people talking about Elysian aggro for Expedition as well, based on the new card sets. People seem to feel like that's a promising way you can go in that new format.
Yeah, there's that 5-cost 6/6 endurance that seems very strong. It's kind of like Sursa without the transform ability, but it also has endurance, so that means that it can't hit by the non-existent permafrost.
All right, so Overmaster's hand, we've got a lot of power. We've got 3 power, a Seek power, and 2 Find the Ways, and then a Heart of the Vault at the top of that. So not a ton of action. Torch off the top. So you've got a little bit of interaction, you've got a big threat, and then just a lot of ways to sculpt the hand. Going the other way, Noverb, we've got 3 power on Noverb's side, End of Hostilities, Display of Instinct, and Garden of Omen. So a little bit more expensive hand, and then a Zhou off the top. So Noverb is definitely just going to try to be a build up, hit all their power drops, and play into the late game. And Overmaster right now has basically just got the Heart of the Vault, backed up by 2 torches.
Yeah, Torch not fantastic against FTP. I think the Overmaster is just looking to get down this Heart of the Vault at some point. Noverb saw the Heart of the Vault off of the Warp and chose to draw it, do it before playing that crest and scouting it to the bottom.
Yeah. Now, if
I think that
Noverb side, I'm really worried about this power right here. You're playing out your 4th power here, and your hand is a pair of 6 drops, an 8 drop, 5 drops, and you have another 5 drop.
Exactly.
You don't really have any way. He doesn't have any way in his hand to sculpt his draws at all. You don't have any more power unless you can draw them off the top of the deck now.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened last game, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately for Noverb, the Overmaster doesn't really have too much going on. Has the influence to play Heart of the Vault next turn, that's certainly good, but not anything else. Like a bunch of torches is good if Noverb's at 9, but not too great until then.
Yeah, what are they? Yeah, I wouldn't call Overmaster exactly flooding here, but flooding on non-threats. So they always say
Yeah.
that the screw beats the flood, right? So once Noverb eventually gets the power that they need, their hand is full of gas. Overmaster's hand is full of reactive spells that can do some work, but not really full of threats. They're just going to have to play a reactive game.
Well, the Overmaster is going to get access to the market to clean some of this up. What do you think? The Great Parliament, is that in the market?
Let's see here. What can they grab from the market? They've got Kirin Ascendant, Shenra Speaks. You don't want that. They've got a Moment of Creation, I guess, is the only real threat. So they're going to go with the Moment of Creation. That's really the only thing they have that's going to be super impactful here.
Yeah, and the Overmaster did play to Find the Ways and now has a Seek power and also has the torches in hand. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, I'm actually kind of surprised there. Feel like I might have seen 2 torches fired off in order to keep the smuggler alive because the Overmaster has to protect their threats.
Mm-hmm. All right, gonna go ahead and resurface. We can't see. We actually can't see what Nova put to the top, so we'll have to see that next turn. But did use resurface there to put something to the top.
I would resurface Seek power so fast with this hand.
This merchant's gonna put them up temporarily if it does not eat. Well, you'd have to double torch it, so Overmaster might just let that be.
Yeah, well, the Overmaster also wants to deploy a threat in the form of Moment of Creation.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
getting those cards out of hand.
Yeah, getting those out of hand, getting those in to help with Moment of Creation is definitely actually, so that makes sense. Being able to take care of the merchant as well as pump your Moment of Creation.
If you're Noverb here, do you just fire off the... Okay. Well, that works pretty well also. Negating the spell basically negates the first torch as well. If I'm Noverb here, I think I just fire off this Ice Bolt in order to get Zalchi down.
Yeah, not a bad play. That is your last form of interaction, though.
Yeah, well, it's really cool that when one of your units is dying, Ice Bolt is essentially a split card between power and killing one of your opponent's units. And power is just like really interesting in that it is at times the best card in your deck and at times the absolute worst card in your deck. It has the biggest delta of any card.
They're going to fire off Ice Bolt here on one of the Sentinels, and then they drew Prodigious Sorcery off the top.
That's pretty good. I like Nover's plot a lot here.
Again, 1 power off from the Zalchi, but not in a bad spot here. Going to fire off Heart of the Vault.
Heart of the Vault.
And there's the power. There's power number 7. So now the whole hand is open. They've got End of Hostilities, a Zalchi, and a Prodigious Sorcery. Their sight is going to go down here. Vanquish taking care of the Heart of the Vault, and the Sentinel is going to take care of the sight. But I think Overmaster got the value out of that sight that they wanted.
Yeah. Wow, I looked away and I didn't realize how many smugglers the Overmaster had drawn. That's actually a really big deal. Now the Overmaster can protect their units with that stand together.
Stand together, yep.
That's also very good against End of Hostilities. I mean, if you're an Overpeer, you're probably just play Zalchi and don't attack.
I think you gotta play Zalchi here, yeah.
You could play Prodigious Sorcery to draw 2 cards, but that immediately is going to get stood together. Yeah, okay, so this... Oh, wow, an attack here.
I guess you're still at 23. Go on the aggression here.
How much damage does the Overmaster have on the backswing? 3, 6, 7? Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, can the Overmaster win, or can Noverb win on the next turn with Prodigious Sorcery into, let's see, Torch and Display of Instinct? The Overmaster's board is going to be terrifying here. This plus a stand together, and we're going to see it right here. Yeah, so all those units have Aegis. Yeah.
And then they can take if Overmaster wants to, they can take no damage off the Zalchi. they want to double block here.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary here yet. So what's the worst that happens? You take 7, drop to 10. They prodigious sorcery for a torch and give it double damage. But if there were 2 torches in the void, then yes, that would be a problem. But there's only 1.
Right.
So noverb can do 6 damage with that torch, and then 8 damage with the display of instinct, but doesn't have the power to play
Doesn't have the
all
power
of
to
it.
do that. It's gonna fall a little short from that. I'm not. Yeah, maybe it's potentially Noverb wanted to play defense there, block with the Zalchi, then attack the following turn with the 2 owls. If they could survive, the hit. I'm not sure that they even could. No, it doesn't look like it. Guess you could have. It's possible you could have end of hostilities, your own Zalchi, block, and then try to win with the owls. But you're asking for a lot of things to go right there.
Yeah, maybe that was the plan, to be able to trade off the Zalchi, get the 2 Runestalkers, and then be able to end up hostilities the Runestalker to get 2 more bodies in order to fight for the board here. But as it stands, I think Noverb is just dead on board. Can play 1 card, but it doesn't matter because, I guess Noverb can play Display of Instinct to pick up the Zalchi to gain 5, but I don't think that's a winning play.
They're taking more to gain 5. They're more than 15 on the board though, as it sits, right?
Is it? It's 13.
Fire off double damage. Okay, gonna kill their own Zalchi to get the 2 owls. That will keep them alive.
The Overmaster drawing something with Echo. I didn't see it. Okay, so it is a Find the Way.
Yeah.
Something to buff the Alessi. Slams the attack button, then realizes that maybe the Overmaster wants Alessi to survive this combat. Also, the Overmaster knows that Noverb doesn't have a fast spell now. So this is not quite lethal, but Noverb has to trade off both of the Runestalkers.
Yeah.
Chump block with one and trade the other one.
Not quite lethal, but almost, yeah.
Well, it's lethal if they block like that. Okay, here we go.
So can they do 12 damage with their spells?
If Noverb draws another Display of Instinct, it will be exactly 12. There's no help from the market, and that's not Display of Instinct. So Noverb actually, that was actually really good. I thought Noverb was just dead, but he put himself in a position where he could draw something in order to be able to actually, he gave himself outs, which was impressive.
Put themselves in a position to come back there with the win. Close, but looks like Overmaster's going to take this one. I don't think there's anything Noverb can do at this point.
Yeah, and the Overmaster getting Defiance back from the market. Yeah, probably just looking for a spell. I don't know if the Overmaster knew exactly the line that Noverb was going for with the double damage display into display. Yep.
And that's going to be it. They're gonna fire off the end of hostilities, but that's not going to be enough. Overmaster is going to attack for lethal, and Overmaster is going to take this one 2-1 after losing, after Noverb taking gain 1, and then Overmaster taking the final 2 to go up 2-1.